Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to share with you our story of our intentional work through the PDSA cycle. I'm going to have you play a game of golf with me today. I want you to realize that the two most important days of anybody's life is the day they were born and the day they found out why. Through our PDSA cycles, we used a book study. The book study also talks about one great golf shot. The work that we did this year and last year is focused on what we did right. We didn't go home and talk about what we did wrong. It was about that great golf shot. The people that were involved in the work are the math teachers. We thought big to begin with, and we were going to have the whole school involved. But this was messy work. So what we wanted to do was increase student proficiency in math. We wanted to build adult capacity, focus on academic language, and apply that to real-life applications. This improvement process was to be solution-based. When you start talking about problems and you're putting this out to a staff, that is very defensive language. We wanted it to be solution-based, impact-based. What was our great golf shot? Let's count this down. Great golf shot number 8 was focusing in on the 8 standards of mathematical practice. Instead of focusing on all 8 of them, we narrowed it down to the first 2. How can we make sense of problems and persevere in solving them? And how can students reason abstractly and quantitatively? Our great golf shot number 7 was taking all of the instructional staff in the math department, realizing that that is a larger scope, that is thinking big but not focusing small. So we narrowed it down to range finding with 2 6th grade teachers. Instructionally, to build their capacity, we wanted to ignite mathematical practice in the classroom. All of the 6 great golf shots we could have takes us down into 2 specific areas: numeracy and thinking. We wanted to set a 5-year plan. If you do not have a vision, the people don't know where they're going. We're in year 2 of that plan. However, we're in year 3 of my principalship at that school. So we're trying to be contenders. What are we doing to contend for student achievement? Let's recognize that the great golf shot number 4 may be the greatest golf shot that we've had all, and that is to be here for students. When we yell for, we're getting close. So we're getting close to improvement when we put the focus in on students. Our third great golf shot is to involve themes throughout the school year. What are we doing to thematically do this work? We were all in COVID together. We want to provide customer service, but ultimately we want to move student progress forward. We do that through our second great golf shot, which is moving our bus in the right direction. We could have traditional modes of transportation for change ideas, or we could be transformative. What we want to be able to do is create the change ideas that can be studied and practiced. And those change ideas come through our hole-in-one, our number 1 golf shot, which is to increase 5% on NCAP by this previous testing season. Focusing in on those 2 SMPs to have a goal of making students' reason and sense-making better. Now, through our test ideas and changing things, we recognize that that is going to be par for the course. But par is only average. We want great golf shots. What are we going to be able to do to get the birdies and the eagles? So we're going to look at the data, but we're not going to get stuck in the weeds of the data. Through our process, our teachers had all of this data. What were we going to do with it? They decided that we would focus in on specific things as opposed to all of it. The weeds could be all of the FFT components. What are we going to do for goal setting? What are our conferences going to be? But in reality, we're talking about changing 1 or 2 things. So staying on the fairway is doing the quality of questions and discussion technique around academic language. And then through that, we have our scope of our focus. Remember that we are here for students. Now follow that through line for me. We have to be here for students to have a purpose. And that purpose in our plan is student vocabulary. Math is a foreign language. So then what we did is we focused first on the teachers. If teachers have a problem of practice, which creates a student level problem, then what are we going to do? So we focused in on the academic vocabulary acquisition and implementation of the teachers. This was probably our most profound golf shot of all. It was the aha moment when our teachers realized when we studied this that it was about their learning. It allowed them to be all in actionably into their calling. And then through our PDSA cycles that continued, it was intended to fail fast so that we could succeed quicker. Failing in golf would be landing in a sand trap, and we wanted to make sure we spent less time in the sand than David Hasselhoff. To wrap this up in conclusion, our students were able to use MCAP rubrics to use real-life situations and apply their knowledge to make more sense of the problems and persevere in them, and to reason abstractly. And that coexists with us having the vision and driving with purpose to hit our hole-in-one.